There, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge pendant called the Cityscape Small. There's also a larger one. Check that out in our dining pendant section. This one is the $1397.25, and let's get into details about it. Awesome fixture. People are going to use this in all kinds of applications. They're going to put it over dining tables. A lot of people are going to put this over kitchen islands because it actually does throw a good task light. The overall height of it from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling can be as short as 18 inches, so you can use this as a semi-flush too, which is kind of cool. So, moving on from there, why don't we talk about the body of the fixture itself. Let's get this guy again. Is really the height of this piece, because this is sitting in a frame that's holding the LEDs, and that's the body of it, independent of the cables coming down. 15.5 inches high, 25.5 inches wide, that's left to right basically, and then the depth is 5.3 inches. So when you add those cables, and there's going to be 4 cables coming up from the frame going up to the canopy, that's going to give you an adjustable range during your installation. You can't make it go up and down all the time. Excuse me, 18 inches at its shortest and 100 inches at its longest, which is pretty long. If you need this to be longer than the 100 or shorter than the 18, which I don't think you can really go there, because we know this thing is 18 inches to begin with. Actually, I take it back. This is 15 inches, 15 and a half, so you wouldn't really be able to go any shorter than the 18. However, I can go longer than the long as a custom. If you need that, just give me a shout. So the cables are going up to a canopy. The canopy on the ceiling is 27.8 by 5 inches. That's going to be going over your standard junction box. This is weighing in at 20 pounds, so it's going to easily hang from this guy. And I want to show you a little bit more detail on that. And the way to do that is to look at the install sheets. These are going to be the papers that are going to be in the box when you get this. And how we look at those right now is, if you're on the page for this on our site, HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on the right-hand side of your screen. Midway down, there's going to be a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So click on that for me. Excuse me. A lot of good stuff there. So there's technical drawings which are going to show you a lot of how this thing works, how to put it together, which is super easy, a full parts list, and how the canopy is going to go onto your junction box. That canopy is going to be about yay thick. It's holding a driver and the transformer, because remember, this is a low voltage LED, and it'll show you how it easily goes on here. Okay, very, very easy. It'll also show you in those directions that those cables are going to go into little grippers, and that you basically have a strain relief. You just kind of push it in with your thumbnail, and it'll allow that to go up. And then when you get this exactly where you want it to be, take a level and make sure you level it off too. That's where you snip those guys, and it's a done deal. It's exactly where it's going to be. So remember that. Okay, so moving on from there, let's talk about the LED section of this. I have some pictures next to me that I took of the one in our showroom. If you've been watching my YouTube videos, you probably noticed that I have both cityscapes behind me, excuse me, on the second floor that have been there for a long time, and they are awesome. So here's some pictures of the top of this, and then also I'm going to take a couple pictures, or a picture of the bottom looking up at it, because what I want you to see is the decoration is actually sitting in a diffuser, an acrylic diffuser that's inside of that metal frame that you see suspended there. There are 2 strips of LEDs, so the strips of LEDs on one side of the long frame, strips of LEDs on the other side of the long frame. They are shooting light toward each other, and that's hitting the diffuser and going up and down. That's your task lighting, and the lighting going up to become ambient light. Light that hits your ceiling and bounces around the room is called ambient light. And then you'll notice that the light is also washing up this and down this piece. So it kind of makes it look like the Emerald City in the Wizard of Oz, which is the whole idea, to me anyway, behind the whole cityscape idea. It looks like a city from far away. So very pretty. This is coming in at 1,000 lumens. That's the equivalent of a 150 watt light bulb. It's dimmable, so put it on a dimmer that's set up for LEDs. The light coming out of it is 3000 K, which is that warmer light, which is awesome, and it just throws a great light. What can I say? So let's talk about, let's just touch on the finishes that are available on different parts. Up on that right-hand pull-down menu, you're going to see a couple things. It's going to say choose your finish for the fixture, and then choose your finish for the accent. Remember, this is the accent. So the accent's going to be available in 3 different finishes, and we'll look at those right now. One is going to be gold, which is a true gold, don't forget, and then soft gold is going to be almost like a silver with a gold wash over it, which is very pretty, and then vintage platinum, which is our friend here, is going to be a very bright silver, kind of like a platinum ring, okay? And then as far as the fixture goes, you'll see when you pull that menu down, you're going to have all the finishes, Hubbardton Forge finishes to play with. So you're going to have dark smoke, burnished steel, all those kind of things. You can do the whole thing like in vintage platinum, you can do the whole thing in gold, you can do the whole thing in soft gold, or what a lot of people are going to do is they'll do possibly a contrast. So the bigger version of this in our showroom, the fixture's in black and the accents in soft gold, and that's a big stark contrast, but it works very well. Some people, and a lot of people, will do this in burnished steel for the fixture, and they'll vintage platinum for the accent, and that's the one that's in the photograph that you see all the time. And that's a really soft contrast, which is awesome too. And that's what we have in our showroom too. So if you guys visit us, that's what you're going to see. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same. And so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.